Hi everybody, we're going to do today a tutorial really quickly for the electronic timesheets for hourlies from a reviewer's standpoint. So this will be information on what as a reviewer you'll be able to see and access. Let me just start really quickly with an overview of the differences between what a reviewer can do versus what an approver can do. You may have received an email that tells you that you've been assigned as a reviewer or an approver and wondered why are there two different roles. So the reviewer can review timesheets, assign time for split funded positions, they can return timesheets for corrections. That's the same thing an approver can do. So both positions and both roles can basically do everything that you would do if you had received a timesheet to check over. However, a reviewer can only submit reviewed timesheets for approval. They can't send them to payroll through the system. An approver role is the role that will approve timesheets to payroll. So when the reviewer is done with their processes, they will submit for approval. When an approver is done completely, whatever they do will submit things to payroll. So that's the difference between those two positions. So if you were designated as an approver or a reviewer of our hourly timesheets, you would have received an email similar to this. We set up Ivy and Danielle in this example, and you would have received something that lets you know who the approvers and reviewers are for that org that you've been assigned to, and a link in the email that lets you access the online timesheet. So if you click on that link, you are on the launch page for the timesheet system, and everybody who logs into the timesheet system actually starts at this same page. So you log in. I've already got a login ready to go. Here it is. This is Danielle's login. We've obviously blurred out or tried to blur out any confidential information that might be here, but you can see on the page that there is the access to the user guides that we've referred to as well in the email. So if for some reason somebody just is not sure what to do or needs a refresher, the guides are available. We've put some screen prints in the guides as well, and they're different for the user, which are the hourly users, versus the approvers and the reviewers, which is what your role is. So what you'll do is once you're in this area, you will go ahead and go over to the left. You can see there's an area that says approvals, and you click on that. When you click on it, you're going to be taken over to all the timesheets that you have available to approve, or sorry, to review, because you are a reviewer. In this example, we've got Justin and Alexis. So if you click on Justin and Alexis, both have submitted their time for review. So you can go ahead and click on Justin's, and what will happen is you'll go in and you'll be at this page, which is the approval page for Justin's time. And you can see a variety of options for how to see his time. One of the things that you will note is that here is the budget number and the position that Justin has in Banner for his hourly time. If he was split funded, there would be multiple positions here. And what is key for you is you will not be able to submit for approval until these hours here match this hour that Justin submitted. So you need to have both of those things submitted and matching in order for the timesheet to go through. So when you're in this view, you can scroll down and see the entries that Justin input. These are all the different dates and times that were recorded. So if you're comfortable looking at it this way, this is the list view, and it just tells you whether the person reported regular time or if they had sick time available, what the start and end times were, with the dates and how many hours that comes out to. If, on the other hand, you wanted to actually take a look at it in different views, we do have some other options available. We were able to incorporate a calendar view. So if you go down here and see this, there's October as a month. You can see the week, the day, or in a list view. And you can see there's no time here. That's because we're looking at September. So if you just scroll back, his time will be available to review down here in September. And if you hover over these dates, you'll be able to see the time that was reported. So on September 19th, 4 hours were reported from 8 to 12, a lunch break, and then again from 12:30 to 4:30. If you wanted to see this differently by week, by day, by different versions, you can do that as well. All you have to do is just choose your options and then move over to the right time period that you're trying to review, and the time will appear as well. I like the list view because it does give me a lot of options for seeing things, but the list view has sort of like all the information I can look at all at once. It tells me the day and of course the date for the time period, but it also tells me the time in, the time out, how many hours that is. And that is a view that I like a lot of. I don't have a lot of people who are reporting a lot of sick time, so I can manage this view pretty easily and then go back and then check my sick hours if I need to for the people who are out sick. So this is an option as well, but it's whatever option works for you all to review your time. So one thing I can do is I can say, oh, I know Justin was sick. So let's say I put in 2 hours for his sick time. He did have some sick time available. If I update the distribute hours, it's going to tell me that they've been updated. However, you can see that these two together, even though I can't do math in my head, these two together do not add up to this number right here. And what has disappeared is my return for approval button has disappeared, and I've gotten an error message because they must match. So it's telling me, nope, you got that wrong. So I'd have to redo his hours. Well, honestly, Justin wasn't really sick, so let's just go ahead and leave him at 0, 43 to 43. I can now submit this. If I'm comfortable with this, I can submit it for approval. If I thought there was something was wrong, I could return for correction, and it allows me to tell Justin, hi, fix this date, submit for correction, and then they would be able to change that time and resubmit it for approval or review. So I would submit for approval. Of course, I get it, this page can't be displayed because we played with this 20 times. But we refreshed it and it showed us that this timesheet has now been submitted for approval, and I could, if Alexis was another timesheet that I need to review, I could review this one. However, I'm going to use Alexis as the example for our approvers, so I will go into another login and get to show you guys, if you're approvers, sort of what it would look like for you all when you get to this page. So you can see both of these timesheets are available. So if you have any questions and you are a reviewer or an approver, please email bbates@noccccd.edu. B, our payroll manager, will get back to you with any assistance you need to address the issues that you're having. And we thank you all for your assistance in getting us moving into electronic timesheets for hourlies. It is something that is needed. You have indicated you needed it, and we're happy to be able to try to provide a product that moves us in that right direction. Any feedback you have or any additional information that would help you do your job better as reviewers of timesheets, you are also welcome to email B. We are taking all of your information into consideration, and as the process improves, we continue to try to improve it as well. So thank you very much for your patience and for your assistance.